Welcome back. It is 1570. And in the last one, we had Damaris making enemies with everyone in our family. She's also pregnant. And the twins aged up. Very exciting stuff. So this year, we have two birthdays, and they're both concerns to me. So let's roll for Katerina. Oh my gosh, next year is going to be so awful for me. Okay, let's roll for Katerina. She has to get at least a 7. Oh my gosh, you guys. Katerina, who is even going to take care of your children? Hold on. Where is she? There's like no one else in this household. Um, who is going to... It's going to have to be on her husband's side because he's the royal. Oh my goodness. Maybe Felice? She's alive until here. The kids still won't be... Oh, I didn't add them here. I'm so bad at this spreadsheet thing. Okay, hold on. Let's roll for Alice now. I'll fix the spreadsheet. No 3 or 18. She survived. Okay, I'm going to fix the spreadsheet and figure out what's going on with my life. So let's hop into the game. Alrighty, so here we are. We are definitely pregnant. Damaris is now showing with her pregnancy. So I'm going to have her come over here and she's going to tell Nicholas that she's pregnant. Also, if my voice sounds a little weird, I'm sorry. I think I'm getting sick. So we're just going to have to hope it doesn't get any worse than this. But yes, so we're going to have her tell her husband she's pregnant. We're also going to have Juliana talk to Anchor. That's his name. Anchor. And because they're engaged, she loves him so much. She's been feeling guilty about hiding her identity from him. And so she finally tells him, like, hey, like, come to the Larkin estate. And he's confused. He doesn't get it. But she invites him in, kind of like sneaks him past her father. And basically, I guess with the butler's help. And then tells him who she is. She's like, look, the truth is, I'm Juliana Larkin. I haven't been telling you the truth because my father's super overprotective. And I just really love you. And I want us to be together. And so I am telling you now. And he's like really frustrated by it. He literally just left. I didn't even make him leave. He left. And so I think that he is just taken aback. He's like, oh, like, that's a lot of deception. And it sounds like your family's not approving and all this stuff. And he's like, wait, the Larkins and the Whiteheads don't have a good relationship and all this stuff. And so he's just like, I need to go. So he leaves. Anyway, like I said, Damaris is going to tell Nicholas that she's pregnant, and he's really happy about it. He is happy that they're having a baby and that, their family is increasing. And I think that it's kind of triggering something in him. He's been having a really hard time the last couple of years, and I think it's really, bringing out something where he's like, okay, you're going to have another kid. You're going to have a 4th kid to take care of, and you need to get it together. And so he's kind of telling himself, like, okay, I need to be more hands-on with my children. I need to be more like a better father to them. I can't let my own stuff prevent me from doing what needs to be done for their well-being and everything. So he is going to be focusing a bit more on the children. He's going to read to Celestria. He's going to help the toddlers with their toddler skills. He's really, trying to focus on their well-being and trying to make sure they're okay and everything. So even though he's still, he isn't, it's not as bad as it used to be, but he is still having kind of a tough time, but he is like, I have to push through right now. And obviously that's not always the case. It's like, it's not always easy to push through. I'm not saying that. I just think that this hearing that they're having another baby is really kind of motivating him to spend more time with the children. And that's good. I think that'll be good for him. And, spending time with the kids and loving on them and stuff is really going to, hopefully help him. There's really nothing you can do for certain stuff, And I don't want to make it seem like I'm making light of depression or anything. I just, like, you just gotta try out different things. And, not the same thing doesn't always work for everyone. And sometimes you can't even do anything, and that's okay too. So there's no therapy during this time period. So it's not like he can just, try and go to therapy and get better coping mechanisms. He has to make them up on his own. So anyway, Juliana is talking to her father. She's heartbroken. She thinks that Anchor has just abandoned her, even though he was just like, I need some time. I need to get some space from you. And she's taking that really hard. She still hasn't told her father about everything, but he is going to talk to her a bit about his feelings, because, he says to her, like, look, I know I've been hard on you. I know that I've been really sheltering you, and I'm worried because I can feel that I don't have much time left. I can feel that, and I want to make sure that you're taken care of. I already talked to Nicholas. He knows to take care of you, but I want to make sure that you're in good hands. So I'd really like to see you at least engaged before I pass. So I'm going to start looking for a husband for you. And she's like, oh, okay. She's like, oh, all right. And, she's not super against the idea, because she thinks that Anchor has basically just broken up with her. So she's really not sure what's going on there. And so, hearing that maybe her father could just find her a husband, maybe that could be okay. We'll have to see. So they're focused on that. And we're going to have our Christmas meal. So it is Christmas. So we're going to have our meal all together. We're just keeping things small lately. I don't think that that Nicholas is as big a partier as Gabriel, but they're just going to keep it kind of small. And now that we have a lot of money, I am going to give our other two daughters estates, because we never did that. We never gave Alice one. Alice kind of, had to emergency elope, and is now back home with the child. So I think it's really important to Gabriel to make sure that she's taken care of, and so he's going to give her an estate. And then also Juliana, as her dowry, he's going to give her an estate, make sure she's all ready. And I think that Gabriel kind of knows Damaris wouldn't take as good care of his daughters. So that's why he's giving Juliana her estate early and making sure that it's not money that anybody else can touch. So, like I said, we are working on the toddler skills this year, trying to get our twins up to snuff. They are so cute. I love them so, so much. And I don't know why you're here, my neighbor, but that's okay. And I think that's one of the Brigg children. And yeah, so the toddlers are going to be doing their toddler things. And let's see, what else is going on? That's pretty much it for this very moment, is that Nicholas is trying to potty train his kids, trying to help them get their toddler skills up so that they're in a good place when they age up in a few years. We know that Nicholas and Gabriel have a birthday next year, which is really scary. It really is ending up looking like we're going to have a female heir, doesn't it? I mean, well, Damaris is pregnant, and then after Gabriel dies, she can have another baby. So I guess that's not untrue. But, yeah. So we might have a female heir next year, next generation. I'm doing well. I told you I'm feeling kind of sick. I'm sorry. I'm so tired. It must be the NyQuil. So yeah, we are going to just keep moving forward. Nicholas is going to complete his aspiration this year, because he just needs to get one more skill up to level 8, and then he'll be all set. Meanwhile, Damaris is continuing to ruin people's lives. No, she's going into labor. That's what we're going to do. She's making 3 enemies, though. She's made a lot of enemies already. So here she goes, and Nicholas is so concerned. Look at him. The camera is awful on this top level. Okay, so yes, Nicholas is so concerned. Look at that face. He's like, oh no. He is very stressed, but the baby is being, oh, he ran away. It's a girl. It's a girl, and she survives. So we are going to name her Yasmina. I think that that's a good name to go with Damaris and her family. So Yasmina Larkin has been born, our little baby girl, and we're really excited about it. Like I said, it's really looking like we're going to have a female heir next time, so that'll be really interesting. And we are going to save. And then we're actually going to head over to see Alice. Alice's story is not done yet. If you remember from Alice's story, she initially had gotten pregnant with Bert to get married quickly because she wanted to get married quickly. And then she realized that maybe Bert wasn't a good match for her, and she got a little crush on Bennett Cruikshank. And so she ended up not hearing from him for a while, and she thought that he abandoned her, but he is here at her door, and she's going to find out why. So she's like, what is going on? Like, I haven't heard from you in quite some time. You haven't been around. Inade told me you were just social climbing and you ran away after my scandal. And Bennett was like, no, it's not like that. You have to understand like what really happened. And he basically tells her that after the hearing about her divorce and everything, and hearing about how Bert humiliated her, that he went to go talk to Bert, and they ended up getting in a fight. And because Bennett is, an untitled man, and he kind of instigated the fight, he ended up getting arrested for some time. And so he was not able to come see her because he was, in trouble, and his family was trying to figure out, he only really has his Aunt Olivia left in his family, and she was trying to help figure it out and everything. And so she ended up helping him get out of the situation, helping it so that there's not a problem. And so he's like, I came straight here afterwards. Like, I do love you. I love you so much. I want to marry you. I want to be with you. And it's not about social climbing. It's not about anything. Like, I loved you always. And I just want to be together. And also, I'm never doing this again. Every time they ask to move in, my game gets stuck and then I have to reset it. So I had to reset it. But anyway, so yes, we're going to have their wedding. He was really, he wasn't trying to leave her or anything. He was just detained. So they're getting married and they're getting pregnant and they're having a good life, and everything will be wonderful for them from now on. Maybe. But yeah, so here they are at the wedding, and of course she's disappeared because that's what always happens in my life. And yeah, so they have reconnected. They're getting married. Gabriel's really happy to see it. He's really happy that Alice is going to be okay and going to be taken care of. So that'll be good. And so they are going to get married now. I'm going to add them to the tree. Now, I've had a few comments because I keep asking you guys, what should we do about the whole if two people have two different baby roll things? And I've actually had a few comments saying we should just use the lowest roll. And I used to do that because my population was too big, and I think that even though our population is not too big right now, I think that that's still a pretty good idea to go with the lowest number. So we are going to do that. So that means that Bennett and Alice are only going to be able to have one child because Alice only has one baby roll left, and it is going to, based on MCCC, be a girl. And that means that the Cruikshank line is actually going to die out because Bennett is the last male Cruikshank, and if he only has a daughter, then that's it. So we are going to free up the color purple. But yeah, so that's what's going on there. He is also going to adopt Joanna. He knows that she's Bert's child. Bert, even though Bert kind of disowned her because of what Alice and Enid, went through. But he's going to adopt Joanna and, make her his own child. He never worried about that. He was never going to, he's a good guy. So, I mean, maybe the Crookshanks could come back if something happened and we remarried him, but we have so many male Sims and not enough female Sims. So I don't think that will really happen. Anyway, so here they are, adding them to the family tree and everything, getting them all set up. Again, we're saying goodbye to the Crookshank line after this. I don't know why I can't just click into that old house, but that's okay. And so, yeah, we are going to start replacing pictures in the family tree, as you know. So we have Alice's birthday to become a young adult. We have Katerina passing away. I actually did move Olivia Crookshank. She is Katerina's aunt, I don't know, into the royal household. Maybe she was like, Bennett had grown up, become a young man, and she was, maybe being like a nanny or something to the princesses that her niece set her up with. And then also our Yasmina is becoming an infant because it's been one sim day, so she's aging up into an infant. So here she is. She's such a cutie. And we are continuing on with our families. So this is all really exciting. Next year is a scary year for me because both Gabriel and Nicholas have well, Gabriel's dying and Nicholas has a birthday. So it's all very scary. I hope you guys are prepared for it because I'm not. And I'll catch you in the next one.